Hello, Ungoogleable. Welcome to your life. Today is beautiful. Please login.
Social studies. And the science one is a real winner. The standards in science shall be based in coexisting disciplines of biology, chemistry, and physics, incorporate grade-level mathematics, and be referenced to the mathematics standards, focus on academic and scientific knowledge rather than scientific processes, and prohibit political or religious interpretation of scientific facts in favor of another. Specifically prohibiting a discussion of the scientific process is a recipe for educational chaos. To begin with, it leaves the knowledge that kids will still receive the things we have learned through science completely unmoored from any indication of how that knowledge was generated, or whether it's likely to be reliable. The scientific process is also useful in that it can help people understand the world around them and the information they're bombarded with. It can also help people assess the reliability of various sources of information. Prohibiting political or religious interpretation of scientific facts, however, opens up a large can of worms. People who believe the Earth is less than 10,000 years old frequently claim that they work with the same facts as actual geologists and biologists. They simply interpret them differently. Although the wording of the bill is vague, it could be interpreted as blocking educators from pointing out how completely inconsistent with the data this interpretation is, or prevent them from describing how the evidence favors a 4-billion-year-old Earth. One of the bill's two sponsors, Representative Andy Thompson-Arlima, has gone back and forth about his intentions. Last week, he told the Columbus Dispatch that the bill would open the door to instruction on intelligent design. I think it would be good for them to consider the perspectives of people of faith. That's legitimate. This week, however, he told the Cincinnati Enquirer that the bill does nothing to put creationism into the classroom. Instead, he said it's all about the political interpretation of science. And his example of politicized science, naturally, was climate change. Confusingly, as evidence of climate change's political nature, he cites past estimates of agricultural productivity and the availability of fossil fuels. The bill is still being considered, and Ohio residents have time to contact their legislators to try to prevent its passage. For those wishing to keep track of it, the National Center for Science Education has a page dedicated to news out of Ohio.
Representative democracy is in crisis in the United States. One of the three pillars of our system of government, the legislative branch, is failing. The current Congress has shut down the federal government, that occurs constantly, and increasingly does not speak broadly to the American people. Obvious problems, from a struggling middle class to a flawed tax code, to crumbling roads and bridges, go unaddressed. The American people have certainly noticed. According to Gallup, 80% disapprove of Congress. We can't let 535 people continue to limit the progress of a nation of more than 300 million. After 2 decades spent gaining a data-driven perspective in the
Today was a wonderful day. Please come back tomorrow.
Red, blue, green.
Mic check 1, 2.
Congratulations. You reject the good enough. You reject words like symbolism and postmodernism. Obsolescence is not part of your vocabulary. Every night, every day, every step of the way. The diktat of fashion. The agenda of the color wheel. Gone. It takes more than a pretty face to catch your attention. I repeat. It takes more than a pretty face to catch your attention. Good. That is very good. We are source decoded. For you. For the most perfect moisturizer. The most advanced cosmetic lineup. Scientifically proven, scientifically tested. For you.
Congratulations. Calibration completed.